My country is everything. It really means a lot.
100-year-old Irvin Wendt says he's never missed voting in an election. The first time the World War II veteran cast a ballot in a presidential election was in 1936. Franklin D. Roosevelt won a second term. Wendt remembers the votes in those early years being tallied with chalk.
Just seen it on the board, the chalkboard.
And the throngs of people gathering around radios and in the streets as election results were announced.
It was wild at times, you know.
Wendt says Roosevelt brought hope in a time of darkness.
He kept us together.
As America was in the midst of the Great Depression.
I lived on $5 a month for about 3 years. But I had something to eat, and I had a place to sleep. So, and I was strong, young and strong.
Wendt joined the Navy as a way out of poverty. Then came the attack on Pearl Harbor that launched the United States into World War II.
The Japanese had started the war, and we knew we had to finish it.
He was a turret gunner on fighter planes. He fought in the iconic Battle of Guadalcanal and the Battle of Midway.
There's only 3 people left.
His Mission Hills home provided him 6 decades of memories with his wife and daughter. His back patio offers a view of the USS Midway Museum, named after the war-altering battle.
There's the Midway.
Nobody loves war, but it certainly had this country pulled together.
91-year-old Royce Williams also served during World War II as a fighter pilot. He considers participating in elections one of the most honorable and patriotic acts a citizen can perform.
And that's what makes America tick. It's what was designed into this country to make us different and have citizens have a place in what's going on.
Williams first voted in 1944, Roosevelt's 4th re-election, when he promised to win the war and build the economy. Williams says one of the most memorable presidential elections to him took place 4 years later.
Well, I remember expecting Dewey was going to win, and Truman pulled it off. Big surprise to everybody.
Truman led the country through the Korean War, where Williams played a big role.
This is a painting of the airplane I was flying.
At one point, he found himself flying alone and fending off 7 Russian fighter jets.
Shot down 4 of them before getting out of ammunition and 263 holes in the airplane.
Williams married and had 3 sons. He moved 29 times during his lifelong Navy career. An American flag flies high over his Escondido home. His living room wall displays medals, plaques, and photos showing his years of service. He says he's lived through many of America's ups and downs.
We were able to get over the hurdles, come to agreements, build on that, get stronger.
He has also lived through a lot of presidential elections.
Year by year, little changes made, but this year, huge changes made. This year it's different.
This election day is very, very important.
Irvin Wendt has also lived through a lot of presidents.
Eisenhower was a good leader. Lyndon Johnson, he was for a lot of the people, the poor people. And Ronald Reagan, I would say, he was a strong man.
Wendt served in the Navy under America's commander-in-chiefs for 44 years. This will be his 21st time voting in a presidential election.
Whatever happens in the election, that's my president.
He says throughout his 100 years of elections, candidates, issues, and the many changes and advancements he has experienced, one thing remains the same. That's the responsibility of the people.
To do right. That's a big responsibility, to do right.
Susan Murphy, KPBS News.